So I'm working on a new series of videos that are going to call Sales Videos That Don't Suck. What I want to show is how we get our B2B clients, how we interact with them, and how we put this together and how we actually get business. Not like the retail business, but the business to business, because people buy from people they like. I'm going to say that probably a few times within this series, but I just want to reinforce that point. And how do you meet yourself and introduce people? This first meeting is a connections group meeting, and what it is a group of referral exchanges that are going on. So a connections referral group, you may know some of these as BNI groups, because BNI is a large organization that runs these groups. This one, though, is particularly hosted by the Southern Wayne County Regional Chamber. We are very lucky in our area, and I understand not all chambers offer this, but our chamber does. They host these connection meeting groups, and we all, in an organized fashion, we do business lead exchanges in different categories. So I'm not going to cover that part of the group, but I'll cover a little bit of the meeting, and then afterwards I'll sit down with Tim, and we'll just talk a little bit about this, kind of introduce you to this series, and we'll roll into it. And tell me if it sucks or not, because feedback from you is what will help shape how this video series goes and what you want to know and what knowledge gaps I can fill in. So I kind of learned this over so many years. I don't know. It's not like I can point to one thing as a trick to it. So years of doing business to business sales is now trying to figure out how to condense it into a series of videos. We'll roll into it here. It is a cold, frosty morning. I am going into a connections meeting. So I figured I'd do something a little bit different today. Instead of doing my usual tech videos, talk about how we get clients and why B2B is different than B2C. Real specifically, we want to talk about how do you meet people? People buy from people they like. That means you have to get out and meet people in person. I plan to do a series of videos on this where I cover how you can't just, having a good website's important. It's a good step because, if I hand them my business card, they're probably going to check out my website. But meeting people in person is really how the B2B stuff works versus the B2C. You just come up with a really cool product and then you find people to market it via influencers or, different types of branding options where you just have something really popular and it goes viral and everyone wants it, whatever the next new toy is or the next new thing is. But when it comes to IT business, which I work in, this is a little different, and you kind of have to do a lot of in-person meetings to make this happen. It's 8:02, you're supposed to sit down. Hey. All right. I was going to talk. Camera out or something.
Hi, Mom. Thank you.
Hey, cool. We just finished our connections meeting. Tim is president in charge of the connections meeting, I guess?
Yeah, this has been my term this year, so.
His turn here. Well, this is a group, and you may have heard of BNI, and it's very similar to BNI, but this is sponsored by my local Chamber of Commerce here in Michigan, Southern Wayne County Regional Chamber, and this is how B2B networking happens. And this is kind of the whole point of this video, as I said earlier. I want to show how you interact with people. So I buy my pens from Tim. Tim helps run the group here. We take turns who runs the group. We do our little 60-second presentation. Tim's got a bell at the ready to shut you up if you go beyond that. Because it's not people go into story time, so you got to have your pitch kind of concise. But let's say, I'm going to bring up pens. And why do I buy my pens from Tim?
Well, I would say it's probably the same reason I use you for computer services. We met at an event similar to this, probably before we both joined this group. And it was a networking event. We got to know each other, like each other, trust each other. It's that old, you hear those words all the time.
People buy from people they like.
Yeah, so.
And I know there's a million pen places online or whatever, but it's very easy. I have a lot of things to do. I would rather be making videos, not price comparing 10 million different websites that look pretty. I haven't even been to your website in a long time, I won't even lie. I have not looked. I'm sure you have a nice website. Tim probably does. And you can order online from Tim if you like Tim. Your website is?
Yep, it's bizarremarketing.com. It's BIZARRE marketing.com.
You can order pens from him. I am going to order more pens from you right now. But see, it's that B2B convenience thing where I just say, Tim, I need, how many do I order last night? 400?
Usually it's 500 is the minimum. Usually you order those. And
yeah, I need 1,000 this time at least.
Okay. I was going to say, last time I looked, you ordered well over 10,000 in the past 5 years. You ordered a lot of pens. So.
We're just going to up the order again. But this is kind of what I want to just take a few minutes and talk about this. It's a human interaction. I want to do a whole series of videos on this and find some more B2B people so we can kind of talk about it's these networking meetings, it's chamber events, it's going to these things and hanging out and going, oh, cool, I need pens, and it's that little stuff. Plus, Tim's actually suggested other promotional things. We have all kinds of trinkets that Tim suggested that, I know there's some algorithm that probably suggests some crap I should buy,
Right.
And it'll follow me around if I looked at it on Amazon all over the place. But the reality is, for the business stuff, we don't always have time for these. We just want things to work. So, Tim kind of makes that, facilitates for me. Like, see, probably it's a really great website. I don't know the last time I was at your website. I just messaged you literally on Facebook because we're also Facebook friends.
Right.
Tim, I need 10,000 friends.
And I can just piggyback on that because when I was in the chamber, there was probably 3 or 4 computer companies there, and it was just the relationship I started building with Tom. We hit it off. We became friends. Loved to chat with him every time I'd see him. I like picking his brain. He's just super smart, super intelligent. But the service is there too, and they stand behind everything they do. So it's just kind of a no-brainer to, as you start building that relationship, they just, I got a computer problem. I call him, and it gets done. So it goes both ways usually.
Reputation.
Yeah.
That's the important part. You can't just say, I have great pens. You actually have to deliver the pens. And Tim has always delivered them on time, which makes me keep ordering from him. So that's another factor too. Because I'm dealing right now, I tweeted about an online company that is being a pain in my butt. And it's something I have to get online. It's the web hosting thing. And I'm aggravated because they're just not following up. They don't respond. I have to egg them on. I know physically, Tim.
Yeah,
if I was, I can find you if I was upset my pens didn't come. They always come, so I don't have to worry about it. But that's it for the video. It's like I said, really simple. Just a quick overview. These are these meetings. Marvin actually presented today, which was entertaining. I don't usually come to him. I usually send Marvin, but I do come to him occasionally. I like to say hi to all the people and keep the relationship. I mean, I've known you for how many years now?
Gosh, it's got to be over 10 at
Over
least.
10 years that I've known Tim. I've been getting all my trinkets for my company for it.
Yeah,
But
same here. Just fixing my computers all the time, and
Yep.
and I'll call him all the time. Hey, I do have a problem, and he just gives you a quick answer how to fix it yourself sometimes, and sometimes you can't obviously, but it's just great to be able to have that friendship.
I think there's a video where we were throwing all the pens too. So
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah, you had.
There was. So we're gonna get more pens from Tim, and maybe we'll throw them again. We'll do something,
That's the
and we'll leave a
shenanigans.
link. I'll leave a link to his website in the description below. So
Awesome.
if you want to order some pens from him, he does do online ordering. So if you didn't meet Tim in person, you still can get pens from him, and I will tell you that they're good pens.
Awesome.
And I like every other promotional thing. Just pens are the thing I like.
Right. Yep, they're awesome.
All right. Thanks
you.
for watching. If you like the content here, like, subscribe, and let me know what you think of sales videos. I'm gonna try to make sales videos that don't suck.
Right.
That's the goal.
Oh, that's good. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.